for my third and final deep dive, I am going to be looking at the series Artemis Fowl. Now, I actually only read the first book, the first Artemis Fowl book. I was first introduced to Artemis Fowl via the Disney Plus movie that they put out. I saw the advertisements for the movie, and I was interested. I had kind of vaguely been aware of Artemis Fowl, but I didn't really know what it was about, and I wanted to find out. So I sat down with my mom back during COVID, I think it was, and I watched the movie. And I'll be honest, I didn't like the movie. Disney does not have the best track record of adapting movies or adapting books into movies. And this was no exception. Even as someone who had never read the book, the movie felt rushed to me. It kind of felt like it was half of a movie. Essentially, the plot for the movie was that there was this 12-year-old boy genius who, in an effort to rescue his father, kidnapped a fairy and ransomed her back to her people. It kind of felt like that should have been the first half of the movie to me. So when all of a sudden, like, it kind of ex machina'd, and his father miraculously came back, it felt a little ridiculous. And I remember reading after the fact about Artemis Fowl fans who were not happy about the portrayal in the book, and I kind of wondered why. People really were not happy. Like I said, I am not an Artemis Fowl fan. I had never read the book previously, so I had seen the movie, and I knew even without having read the books that there was something off with it. So I wanted to see what all the fuss was about, why people were so angry. I wanted to know what the big deal was about Artemis Fowl and why people were so aggressive. Because, I mean, I was upset back when the Percy Jackson books were turned into movies and the way that they went about that. And I knew how good the Percy Jackson books were, so I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. So I went to Barnes & Noble and I picked up a copy of Artemis Fowl and I read it. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't like it. I did not think that Artemis Fowl II, because that is his name, it's the second, was a very likable character. And the story, they actually changed the story, and I think they actually changed the story for the better in the movie. That I don't know if they executed it well, but in the books, the only reason that Artemis Fowl kidnaps this fairy is because he wants to rebuild the family wealth. He wants to ransom her back to rebuild the family wealth. His father is still missing. It's not an attempt to rescue his father. He just wants to rebuild the family wealth. And I think that the way that they went about it in the movie makes more sense. It makes him more of a likable character. I just think that they executed it poorly. So, in general, I think that the whole thing was a bit of a clusterfuck. It was a bit of a mess. In and of itself, like I said, I did not like the Artemis Fowl books. I did not think that it was a good media for them to be using. And clearly, with that, they were unable to come up with something that registered with audiences because it didn't really register. People weren't loving that movie. Even me, someone who had never read the book before, did not register with the movie. Something felt off about it.